The Sig P365, a little like Michael Jackson, groundbreaking, game changer, but also very controversial. The 365 was such a big deal when it came out because Sig essentially created a 10+1 gun the size of a 6+1 or 7+1 single stack. So you got 11 rounds of 9mm where you would traditionally get 7 or 8 rounds of 9mm. But in the same overall package, plus pretty well equipped. Nitron slide, night sights, forward slide serrations, excellent trigger. However, the 365 found itself quickly embroiled in controversy after a few complaints about heat treating of the strikers, which led them to break. No one denies that a small percentage of the original run of Sig P365s had issues with poorly heat-treated strikers, which led them to fracture. What you're about to see is my original introduction for this video. What I wanted to do at first was to fire 1,000 rounds through it in one range session and see how it held up. So over the course of making this video, the plan actually evolved from shooting 1,000 rounds in one range session to shooting over 2,000 rounds in the span of 18 months. In the original review, I ran 500 rounds, and as you'll see throughout the video, there'll be a little thingy, graphic thingy that'll pop in, and it'll have the date, the starting round count, the ending round count over those 8 sessions. I think we ended up at 2,050 rounds as I record this video today. So we'll go ahead and kick off the original intro right now that it's been put into context. And you guys can see my long-term range report, 2,000 rounds through the Sig P365 with only one cleaning that entire time. Today on TFBTV, there's something that's really been bothering the heck out of me, and we're going to do a video about it today. That is the Sig P365. Now, you guys remember, I saw the 365 and handled it for the first time at SHOT Show 2018, so back in January, and I said it was the most exciting gun of SHOT Show. It's the size of most single stack guns like the Glock 43 or the Smith & Wesson Shield, but instead of holding 6+1 or 7+1 rounds, this is a 10+1 gun because of its unique magazine design. So I got a very early copy of the Sig P365. This is my personal copy. I reviewed it. I shot 500 rounds through it on TFBTV. I loved it. Almost universal praise from me for this gun. I even worked it into my daily carry. I started carrying it because, again, it's the size of my Glock 43, but I get a lot more capacity, and it's got a really good trigger to boot, plus night sights. Price is reasonable, right? $500 street price for this thing with night sights. But then all of a sudden, it seems like overnight, there was this outcry where people were questioning the reliability of the Sig P365. And I think that that all started with Tim at Military Arms Channel. I think he had a copy or two of the 365 where the firing pin broke. So then after seeing that video, you actually had some people chiming in saying that they were concerned about primer drag. That is where your firing pin kind of drags along the primer during the extraction process. And a lot of people think that it puts undue wear on the firing pin, and that may be what was causing the 365 firing pin to break. It's my understanding that firing pin drag is a somewhat common occurrence in guns this size, but I haven't even thought about the issue until like a few weeks ago, until after I saw the video. So I see Tim's video, and I actually sidelined my personal 365. After I watched Tim's video, I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop carrying it. And I think Tim said he ran around 900 rounds through his P365. And there's been this hysteria. You have people, you know, I still think the design is great. And talking with Tim, he and I have spoken about this at length. We both think that the design of the P365 is indeed revolutionary. It's incredible. I think Tim had a lot of positive things to say about the design, but you have this debate about the execution and whether or not the 365 is defective. Now, I got the word directly from Sig that apparently there were some defective firing pins that were put into some of the 365s, but it is like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a percentage, and they actually have a lower return rate on the Sig P365 than they do the Sig 226, which is, they're of course the paragon of reliability and durability, and they're saying the 365 gets returned a lot less. But what you have to ask yourself is, how many people are really shooting 1,000 rounds through this gun over the life of this gun, right? It's a concealed carry gun. It's not really a range toy. You're not really going to have a lot of people putting high round counts. So I think the question on everybody's mind right now is the Sig 365 itself defective? Is it a defective design? Or is it like Sig said, where there were just a few that went out that had some defective firing pins? Well, I intend to find that out today. I even called Sig and told them what I was doing. They said, cool, we'll send you some ammo. So I've got some of the Sig V-Crown hollow points. And remember, guys, I've got buddies at Sig. I've got a good relationship with Tim over at Military Arms Channel. I really don't have a dog in this fight one way or the other, but I like this gun and I want it to work. And Sig is confident that this is going to be a durable pistol, and we're going to see today. In any event, I'm really excited to see what happens. Is it going to break? Is it not going to break? Let's find out. So the first session of shooting the 365, I shot 500 rounds through it. Sig sent me 500 rounds. I shot 500 rounds when I did my review. It ran just fine. I think I shot about 800 rounds the last time I was out here. I cleaned it between the first 500 rounds and that 800 round session, but I have not cleaned it. It was raining, it was muddy, and I have not cleaned the 365 between last video and this video. So we'll see how it operates because it's filthy, it got wet. Let's see if it's still functioning. God, I am always blown away at how shootable this thing is. It kicks a little bit. It's a subcompact. It's got a little bit more recoil, but the trigger's excellent. Short reset. One of the best triggers on a striker fired gun, and it's great because this is virtually a pocket pistol. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So it's division playoff day and it's raining, and I've had this ammo from Sig, this 365 ammo, for a long time. I'm just gonna start off light today because of the weather. If it ain't raining, you ain't training. I swear to God, if it kills me, we're gonna get at least 1,000 rounds through this Sig 365 and see how it does.
Kind of smells like poop when I shoot it now. It's kind of weird. At this point, I don't even know what the f I'm supposed to say. I've been shooting this thing for well over a year now. We're approaching 2,000 rounds. I haven't cleaned it for the past 1,500 rounds. Again, after I shot the first 500 rounds, I haven't cleaned this gun, and I'm still putting up groups like this from 10 yards, like just rapid fire groups from 10 yards, still making one ragged hole. This thing is filthy. I have put it through hell, and somehow it's still functioning. I shot it suppressed today. I shot about 100 rounds, maybe more, suppressed. Can you guys see the inside of this barrel? It is pitch black. I love, it's like one of these gold titanium finishes. True Precision sent me this barrel so I could shoot this 365 suppressed because I thought I was going to run it into the ground. All that blowback and all the grit coming back into the gun, especially it being unlubricated, uncleaned. I even got water inside of it. I put some water, like a cap full of water, actually sugar-free Monster, if you can believe that, into an Odessa 9 suppressor. And whenever I shot it, the magazine was soaking wet. The inside of the chamber, the inside of the gun was wet with sugar-free Monsters. So this thing's had rain, water, sugar-free Monster, mud, you name it. You know, just the usual. It's all been through this P365. Still shooting great. I've only had one failure to feed this entire time. Oh, there we go. First failure to feed. I want to say I'm about 1,300 rounds in, and that was the first failure to feed that I've had. All right, gang, at this point, I've lost track of what range visit this is. I don't know, range visit number 7 or something like that. I've had this gun for probably a year, if not more now. Still shooting something fierce. Smoking the plates with the old 365. So as Sig freely admits, there were quality control issues with a very small percentage of the original run of Sig P365s. This gun is part of the original run. There were a minuscule amount of guns breaking, and it caused me to put my 365 up for months. I didn't even want to look at it. I was so upset. But then finally I said, you know what? Take it out there, prove it to yourself, see if your copy works, and it does. I mean, it worked, as you saw, virtually perfectly. I couldn't ask for anything more from a little carry gun like this, and it's proven itself to me. So that's why I trust my P365. And now I know also that all the kinks have been worked out, so I trust my new P365 XL, which I've had a great time with so far. There are a lot of people who understandably feel like their trust was betrayed. There are people out there watching this video who might be saying, you know what? That's fine, James. I really appreciate the fact, first of all, that you got a good copy. There are some people that didn't. And I appreciate the fact that you like Sig, you have a good relationship with Sig. That's what you're presumably saying to me if you talk to your computer like a total weird ass. But you might also be saying, James, you can trust Sig, but I don't trust Sig anymore because of how they betrayed my trust by essentially performing quality control at the consumer level. I don't think that's what happened, and I'm giving Sig the benefit of the doubt here because they're a good company with great customer service and an excellent reputation. However, I'm not going to blame people who say, James, I disagree with you. I'm never going to forgive Sig, and they've got to earn my trust again. Sure, that's fine. But I wanted to show everybody that just because you had a first run gun, it wasn't going to blow up. This is a sample size of 1, but my sample tends to corroborate what Sig said, and that is that this issue was something that they couldn't have foreseen, and it affected only a small percentage of guns. And it seems like the issue has since been rectified. In any event, this is a game-changing gun. It was an unfortunate setback that they had at the outset, and really it did undermine a lot of trust that people have in the platform. But if sales are any indication, you can see that Sig really has been bouncing back in a big way, and it seems like consumers are back to trusting the Sig P365 again. I want to take this time to underscore that I appreciate the skepticism of some consumers out there, and I appreciate people like Tim, a good friend of mine at Military Arms Channel, for discovering things like this, bringing it to people's attention, and holding manufacturers accountable. I think that's very important, but I think it's also important to not overreact, to not go on a witch hunt, and to not storm the castle with pitchforks and torches. So my P365 has proven itself to me. I love my 365. I love my 365 XL. And finally, 18 months after the fact, I'm going to start working the 365 back into my regular carry rotation. Guys, I gotta say thanks a ton to you all for watching. Thanks a ton to our subscribers. Thank you to our sponsors, Ventura Munitions and Blue Alpha Gear. Guys, I must have put, I don't know, 1,000 rounds of Ventura Munitions ammo through this gun, and it worked perfectly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you next week.